Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
He's telling us to go home.
My question is,
people in shacks
I don't know where we're going
have the courage to ask us to go home.
I don't know where we're going to go to get some accents, because we used to go for 2 weeks, then we come back. You know what I mean? I gotta come back, but now we have to be here and watch Telenova. Telenova, they speak in French or.
Let me tell you, if we can't find the accents, just like Samson Kasumba, we will do the fake accent. It's been a pleasure having you, Tony. And
thank you.
We would like to thank you for both the segments and for telling your story. And more importantly, for telling it with so much humor. I can tell you that after here, we have some meats to send down and some lovely drink to go down with them. That part will not be on the show. I just want you to picture what is going to happen when the cameras roar off. Roll it off, son.
Up next. Brought to you by Boomchakala is back with double energy. Grab a rock boom or silverback energy. Check under the cap. What you see is what you win. Rock boom, energy for winners. NBS Live at 9.
A very good evening to you and welcome to Live at 9 tonight. My name is Sheila Tsime, joined by Michael Jagger for sign language interpretation. Let's start with the headline. In the news tonight,
the work which has been done here so far is 75%.
Vice President leads cabinet tour of Bunyoro oil fields, assures Ugandans on Albertine grabbing progress as country nears first commercial oil drop.
It's fully fledged now, complete, and matches the global standard. This country seems to be transitioning.
Skepticism as the Alliance for National Transformation brings power shift claims to IPOD.
We need to go there and engage and ask.
Will IPOD dialogue settle ANT's power transition claims?
There has to be a candid conversation.
Shillings 200 levy on every litre of fuel starts July 1st as Hamo's fears grow. Can Ugandans cope?
So it will have a huge ramification. So the cost of transmission will even, you will even feel it.
Nigerian national arrested for running unlicensed mental health facility.
How long have you stayed here? 3 weeks. You are from where?
But how did he operate undetected?
He brought me here from February 2025.
Also tonight, Rwenzururu Kingdom still without Royal Palace 10 years on. Government pledges on Rwenzururu Palace yet to be fulfilled. What is delaying the reconstruction? And the good news is
the oil in this field has so far all been found.
Big win for Uganda as Kingfisher field hits oil target.
This is NBS Live at 9 with Sheila Tsime.
Let's get into the news. The Vice President of Uganda, Jessica Alupo, has assured Ugandans that with oil activities in the Albertine Graben moving at pace, government revenue will rise once commercial production starts. She says the increase will push Uganda closer to the upper middle income status. Alupo, who led cabinet ministers, permanent secretaries and heads of government departments on a field visit to Bunyoro oil fields, urged residents to welcome and support investors to spur growth in the region and create more job opportunities.
Led by the Vice President, retired Major Jessica Alupo, cabinet ministers, permanent secretaries and heads of government agencies arrived at Hoima City Stadium at 9 a.m. for the first stop of their Bunyoro field tour. The delegation is inspecting key oil, gas and 2027 AFCON projects in the sub-region. After touring the stadium, they proceeded to the Kingfisher oil field in Chikube district, operated by Sinok Uganda, where officials from the Petroleum Authority of Uganda guided them through the oil rig, central processing facility, and other installations. The delegation later visited Kabalega International Airport, a project critical to both oil operations and Uganda's hosting of AFCON 2027. The vice president who led the tour said she was impressed by progress at Kingfisher, confirming that Uganda is on the right trajectory to self-reliance and upper middle income status based on the pace and quality of work so far.
The work which has been done here so far, as you heard, is 75%. And that gives us hope that before the end of this year, as it was already announced, we shall start exporting our oil.
Alupo, however, asked the people of Bunyoro to welcome investors and support investments in the region, saying this will not leave the region the same both economically and job opportunity.
I call upon all the people of Bunyoro to continue collaborating with the investors and the investment and government so that we can realize the results that are intended to be achieved.
Alupo, who said she visited the Hoima City Stadium during the groundbreaking, was impressed to witness the state-of-the-art stadium, confirming that Uganda is ready to host AFCON 2027.
It was very exciting to see that it's fully fledged now, complete, and matches the global standards. So we call upon the teams that will be charged with the responsibility of sustaining the stadium to keep their roles and responsibility to the shape and to the expectations of all the people.
The Prime Minister Robin Anabanja reaffirmed the government's commitment to supporting economic growth, saying as a region they are impressed with the President for the key development projects in the sub-region.
And you can see that everything is moving concurrently. So as I can see, as you can also see, the government has heavily invested in this part of the country.
In 2006, Uganda struck oil in the Albertine Graben, biodiverse region close to Lake Albert, with an estimated 6.3 billion barrels of oil underground. Uganda's recoverable oil has increased to 1.6 billion barrels from 1.4 billion. Since then, the sector has already generated significant economic activity, with over $2 billion in contracts awarded to local companies and over 80,000 jobs created during the construction phase.
The Petroleum Authority of Uganda has assured Cabinet that drilling at Kingfisher in Chikube has hit the projected oil reserves underground. The Executive Director, Anes Ruvondo, says this is a major win for the country, noting that many nations drill without meeting their targets. However, the ministers say they often approve funding but rarely get to see the progress on site, and were pleased to learn that many Ugandans are being employed in exploration work, which they say is boosting local content and building capacity.
The oil that was predicted to be found in the ground in this field has so far all been found. As a country, we are very privileged, because when you start drilling development wells, you have a chance of not finding all the oil you had expected to find. You have a chance of finding more, and you have a chance of finding the same. So far, here we have found the same.
I am very, very impressed. The machines that we've seen here are one of the biggest machines in East Africa. And the way we've seen it, the deeper it has gone, the 6 to 9 meters it has traveled. Kilometers it has traveled. And even the technology that has been used here is one of the newest technologies.
To thank the President for his visionary idea to invest and also acquire investors to extract our oil.
We are now moving into the middle income status. Uganda is talking about the 10-fold growth strategy under NDP 4. And under what we call socio-economic transformation of Uganda, oil is a factor. Oil is one of those that is going to drive Uganda into the middle income status, so that we alleviate poverty at household level, we alleviate poverty as a country.
The oil
Now, still about oil production, Uganda is edging closer to commercial oil production with the first oil expected in October 2026. But let us look at some of the facts about the country's oil and gas sector. We take a look at the statistics. 6.5 billion barrels of oil. Now, let's take a look at that breakdown. Now, for production, 240 barrels of crude oil per day, and that is the equivalent of 88 million barrels annually. Now, moving on to the Tilenga project, 60 to 65% the project is complete, and that is where it stands. That is 164 to 170 wells already drilled. Looking at the Kingfisher project, we are looking at 74 to 76% complete, standing at 19 wells that have been completed so far. Just to remind you that we have a target of October 2026 for all this to be done. The crude oil pipeline, 1,443 kilometer East Africa crude oil pipeline. Now, a very short percentage left, and we hope that by October they will be done with what is left. The pipeline welding is at 1,000 kilometers completed so far. That is 98% compensation for project affected persons. Moving on to the attracted investments, $20 billion is what is the attract 180,000. The secured contracts stand at $2.2 billion. Moving on to the next, that figure $2 billion annually on the fuel exports. Remember, we're looking at Uganda's oil and gas statistics and how far this project has gone. Now, moving away from the oil and gas production, the Alliance for National Transformation has listed issues it will table at the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue after its admission was approved by the Council of Secretary Generals pending summit approval. And Secretary General Alice Alaso says the party wants urgent dialogue on what it calls an unclear transition of power from President Yoweri Museveni to the Chief of Defense Forces, plus the continued prosecution of opposition leaders. Political analyst Dr. Gerald Werike is skeptical and will achieve those objectives through the platform.
Where you are. 9 days after the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue Council of Secretary General approved the Alliance for National Transformation's application to join the platform, ANT leaders are already preparing a list of issues they want to prioritize once their membership is formally endorsed. The resolutions reached on June 12, 2026 following platform. The opposition party now awaits formal unveiling by the IPOD summit, which is expected to take place soon in Kampala. But beyond securing a seat at the dialogue table, ANT says it wants immediate discussion on what it describes as a worrying political development in the country. The party is raising concerns over what it allegedly calls an under-the-carpet transition of power from President Yoweri Museveni to the Chief of Defense Forces.
We are beginning to see a little less of President Museveni controlling the army and controlling the politics, and we are beginning to see more of the role of the CDF. And we need to go there and engage and ask. Maybe we will have an opportunity. I hear there is what they call a summit, there is what they call a council. Maybe in one of those.
ANT is also seeking dialogue on what it describes as the continued persecution of opposition leaders. Several opposition figures, including Kizza Besigye and Elias Lukwago, have recently been jailed, which the party says reflects a shrinking democratic space.
How can we be sitting on the same table and professionals defending their clients are being arrested? Are we still running a democracy?
However, political analyst Dr. Gerard Werike doubts whether ANT will be able to secure a meaningful outcome through the platform. He argues that several political parties previously affiliated with IPOD failed to realize similar ambitions.
The aspirations of ANT to achieve dialogue through IPOD are very good. But to me, I may not see that succeed because there is no enabling environment for that dialogue to take place and succeed and achieve the intended results.
The conflict in the Middle East may seem distant, but for Uganda, its economic shockwaves continue to be felt from fuel pumps and fertilizer stores to hospital pharmacies. With a new 200 shilling fuel levy taking effect on July 1st, fresh uncertainty over the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's busiest oil shipping routes. Experts fear that it could further squeeze household budgets, businesses, and the Ugandan economy in general.
The Strait of Hormuz carries nearly a fifth of the world's traded oil and serves as a vital gateway for fertilizers, medicines, and other essential imports destined for East Africa. A diplomatic breakthrough had briefly raised hopes after the United States and Iran signed a memorandum of understanding to begin negotiations aimed at ending hostilities and reopening the strategic waterway. This is pressures on global money markets and fuel prices. But the renewed fighting involving Israel and Lebanon has cast a doubt over the fragile process. According to Dr. Ahmed Haji, adjunct professor of international studies and diplomacy, Uganda has far more at stake than many people realize.
But it has ramifications on the fertilizers. It has ramifications on essential products like the medicines.
Uganda imports most of its petroleum products through the global supply chain linked to the Gulf.
We are an economy that we rely on fragile global trade routes. So most of these routes are disrupted. So when they are disrupted, that means the final consumer buying anything that goes through these routes will have to pay more.
He says any disruption increases freight costs, marine insurance premiums, and shipping delays, costs that are ultimately passed on to consumers. For farmers, the impact is equally significant. More than 80% of globally traded fertilizers passed through the Gulf region have already pushed fertilizer prices sharply higher, threatening agriculture production in a country where farming remains the backbone of the economy.
Generally, the food prices will go high. And then not just the food prices, but even these items are transported, yet fuel is also high. So it will have a huge ramification. So the cost of transmission will you will even feel it.
Essential medicines that are shipped from India and Europe through Dubai before arriving at the port of Mombasa also face longer transit times and higher costs.
And we're speaking about critical medicines like cancer, heart-related disease medicine. Most of these type of medicine it either comes from Germany or India or Dubai. So Dubai sort of is a gateway, and the port that gets us where we get most of those items to Mombasa and into our country has been affected by the Middle East crisis.
Dr. Haji warns that with Uganda introducing a 200 shilling per litre excise duty taking effect next month, any prolonged instability in the Middle East could compound inflation across transport, food, manufacturing, and other sectors.
A tax on a product that is already being affected by the geopolitical volatilities or events, then that means we're going to see most of our fuel hitting at about $2. Of course, our prayers are we get our fast oil to restabilize. Actually, the projection is if the Strait of Hormuz is actually open, our economy can easily rebound to 5%. That's what the local economists predict.
Meanwhile, direct talks between the US and Iran have started in Switzerland, following Iranian's military announcement that it had closed the Strait of Hormuz over Israel's attacks on southern Lebanon. But as negotiations continue in Geneva, Uganda's economy remains tied to the developments unfolding thousands of kilometers away.
All our prayers are with the US-American diplomacy. I think the US is really trying its level best to convince the world, and they've taken a step because the negotiations in Geneva are ongoing, while I think they're doing a lot of back channel diplomacy with Israel so that they seem to comply.
A decade after the 2016 clashes that devastated the Rwenzururu kingdom and left its palace in ruins, the kingdom is still without a permanent royal residence and administrative offices. As peace returns to the Rwenzori region and the Omusinga enjoys his freedom, questions are mounting among subjects over the delayed reconstruction of the king's palace and the fulfillment of government pledges. The towering palace that once stood as a symbol of the Rwenzururu kingdom is now only a memory. For many subjects of the Rwenzururu kingdom, November 2016 remains one of the darkest chapters in the region's history. The clashes between government security forces and royal guards at the Buhikira Royal Palace in Kasese left deep scars. Lives were lost, families were broken, and the kingdom's palace and administrative center was reduced to ruins. Nearly a decade later, the wounds may have healed, but the reminders remain. Today, the Rwenzururu kingdom operates without a fully fledged palace and without the permanent administrative infrastructure that once coordinated its affairs.
Where the king or where he stays, we call it a palace. But this palace is being rented by the government of Uganda. So
the Omusinga Charles Wesley Mumbere returned home after years of legal battles and restrictions. But despite his return, he resides in a modest home that many subjects say does not reflect the dignity and status of a cultural leader.
In fact, it pains much seeing our king without a palace, seeing what is in there. Other kingdoms are developing, they are leaving ours behind.
Following reconciliation efforts between government and the kingdom, several leaders publicly spoke of rebuilding the palace as part of restoring harmony and confidence among the people. Yet years later, construction has not commenced.
Construction of the palace, 2, procurement of the house for the business of the Musinga, the Kazin house, 3, rebranding of the Musinga, including state house scholarships and many others. So that message was from both government and also Omusinga Rwenzururu. So for us as subjects, we are waiting. That's why we agree that we are concerned, because it has taken rather long.
The prolonged delay has left many subjects wondering whether the promise remains on the government's agenda.
You know, government doesn't work on its budgets for each and everything it is supposed to do. And I think if the president pledged it, that is a done deal, he will do it.
Kasese Resident District Commissioner Lieutenant Joe Walusimbi has called upon the subjects of the Omusinga Rwenzururu to demonstrate their love and commitment to their cultural institution by contributing towards the construction of the King's Palace as they await government support for the larger development project.
You should not get everything from government. Why are they doing themselves as subjects to the king? Yes, they should. For us in Uganda, it's a must.
Meanwhile, the spokesperson of the Omusinga Rwenzururu, Geoffrey Kanyonyi, says the kingdom is finalizing plans to launch a fundraising drive aimed at supporting several priority projects, including the construction of the royal residence for the king.
Very soon we will be announcing a fund drive. This fund drive will help us to have an official royal residence for the king, but also in that drive we shall be also talking about the Kingdom Radio.
As the kingdom continues its cultural activities from temporary facilities, the absence of a permanent palace remains a visible reminder of the events of 2016.
More to come.
When we come back, we'll be looking at the bridge that was meant to end years of transport challenges in Bulambuli that is actually causing frustration. That story will be coming up after the break. Right now, 11:09 takes a short break, and we'll be back with more stories.
Fellow Ugandans, your parish development model SACCO belongs to you. Across the country, new elections for PDM SACCO boards are taking place to ensure transparency, accountability, and proper management of community funds. Did you know every eligible member of the parish above 18 years of age has the right to participate in choosing trustworthy leaders for their SACCO? The old boards are being replaced to strengthen governance, protect public resources, and improve service delivery to beneficiaries. After the elections, SACCOs will conduct statutory audits, hold annual general meetings, and account to members on how PDM funds are being utilized. This is your opportunity to shape the future of your community. Please go and register with your SACCO. Do not stay behind. Participate in the elections. Demand accountability. Support transparency. Together, we can build stronger PDM SACCOs and transform households into the money economy. For more information, contact your parish chief, district commercial officer, or local government leaders. This message is brought to you by the Government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government and the PDM Secretariat.
In 30 seconds, I'll tell you why you have until the 30th of June 2026. First, the 30th of June is your deadline to file your tax returns for the financial year ending 2025-2026. Don't wait. Late filing means errors, and errors mean penalties. Second, if you have an outstanding tax, pay your principal by the 30th of June 2026, and URA will give you a 100% tax waiver. No interest, no penalties, gone. File and pay now at www.ura.go.ug.
Developing Uganda together.
The Ministry of Health informs the public to remain vigilant against Ebola virus disease. Symptoms include diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, fever, and body weakness. If you or someone you know develops these symptoms, seek medical attention immediately. Protect yourself and others by avoiding handshakes and unnecessary physical contact, washing your hands regularly with soap and water, or using an alcohol-based sanitizer. Cleaning frequently touched surfaces and avoid direct contact with infected person's body fluids like vomit, stool, sweat, and urine. To report a suspected Ebola case, send an SMS to 6767 and type alert, or call the toll-free number 0800 100 066. Report early, protect lives.
Can I have a light, please? What is this?
Castle Light, the best testing light.
Try it.
Try it, try it, try it.
Guys, look at this post.
Nothing hits like extra cold. Castle Light. Try it.
MTN voice bundle. Ay. Load. Hey. Hello, Mama. Hey, it is me, your son, Opio. Hey, now, Mama, listen to me. MTN has the offer. Yes, it has the offer. You load from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Now they have free MTN to MTN minutes. And those minutes are there all day. So you load, you'll thank me later. Hey, Mama.
Load an MTN voice bundle between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. and get 3 free MTN to MTN minutes valid all day. Dial *100 *21# and get your free minutes bully daily. Free your fire with free minutes from MTN. Together, our connection is unstoppable. MTN.
Start something new.
Something uplifting. Something so effortless and golden. A thirst-quenching burst of sweetness and malty flavor. So rich and full of memories. It's 100% taste, zero alcohol. Try it. Savor it. Feel it elevate every moment. Sip after sip, gulp after gulp. After all, life's about turning ordinary thrills into golden chills.
Start something malty with the new Evervest Malt Apple and Pineapple. Try the burst of sweetness and malty flavor. It's 100% taste, zero alcohol. Available in a shop or supermarket near you. Evervest Malt. Make every moment golden. Evervest Malt is from the makers of PepsiCo.
Why pay for someone else's repairs? Say goodbye to hidden costs and hello to peace of mind of a brand new start. Discover the Suzuki range of unmatched, fuel-efficient and reliable options. From the iconic Jimny to the new Across Hybrid. Find the perfect blend of style and world-class efficiency. Upgrade today and enjoy 1 year of free fuel and comprehensive insurance, plus 2 years of free service and a 3-year warranty. Trade in your current car or choose financing to start driving as you pay installments. Don't wait. Visit the Suzuki showroom today or call 0800-211-033 to get started.
Welcome back. A bridge that was meant to end years of transport challenges in Bulambuli district has instead become a symbol of public frustration. Despite costing taxpayers more than 500 million shillings, residents say the structure is unusable whenever it rains, prompting demands for accountability over the project's design and execution.
For decades, crossing the Simu River between Bulambuli Town Council and Bukalu Sub-County was a nightmare, with residents relying on footbridges to navigate the river and the adjacent flood channels. Government invested 504 million shillings in the 2025-2026 financial year, hoping to restore access for motorists and improve trade. The bridge was meant to be completed in April this year, but instead of celebrating, residents say they are now worse off. Whenever heavy rains fall, flood water spreads across the bridge, cutting off access and leaving the structure unusable. Residents say the problem lies in the project's design. Instead of establishing the bridge on an existing river, engineers created an alternative channel and constructed the bridge over it, leaving the original river flowing beneath a makeshift footbridge. They also accuse the town council of constructing a bridge without connecting access roads, defeating the project's original purpose of linking the two communities.
It's not really helping us because they told us that they will bring Maram, make the road good, even this local bridge to be good. But now, as the water comes to be full, again we are still moving closest to be passing in this river. Even children at school, they don't go because of full water.
Bulambuli County MP Emmanuel Biada has called for investigations into the project and hold the officials accountable. The RDC, George Magunda, has given the implementing authorities 1 month to rectify the defects.
I've given them instructions to use 1 month up to end of June.
Bulambuli Town Clerk Joseph Magona admits that bridge cannot fully serve its purpose in its current state, but insists engineers followed technical recommendations after hydrological studies. He says an additional 300 million shillings is now needed to construct flood control works and the access road to make the bridge fully accessible.
There is still someone that we're expecting to come and address the pending works because we need to install at Cobbles on the other side. We also need to install, we put Maram from that way that person is coming from.
For residents, the bridge remains an expensive promise yet to be fulfilled, with the old wooden crossings still doing the work the permanent structure was built to replace.
The State House Health Monitoring Unit has arrested a Nigerian national in Nkumba in Katabi Town Council, Wakiso District, for allegedly operating an illegal health facility that has been admitting and treating patients with mental illnesses. According to officials, the arrest followed a tip-off from security agencies, which led to the apprehension of the suspect, identified as Paul Esher Onwe.
The State House Health Monitoring Unit arrested Paul Eshea Onwe, a Nigerian national, for allegedly operating an illegal health facility in Nkumba Bendegele village, Katabi Town Council, Wakiso district, where they also seized drugs. Among the seized government drugs were medicines intended for patients suffering from mental illnesses, as well as drugs used in the rehabilitation of substance abuse victims. The facility had reportedly been operating at a specialized treatment center for people suffering from mental health.
They give me Kabera yesterday.
How long have you stayed here?
No, I have 3 days here.
3 days. You are from where? Sudan?
South Sudan.
South Sudan.
Yeah.
Several people were found at the facility, with some patients alleging that the center had become a scam. They claimed that Ugandan patients were charged 80,000 shillings per day, while foreign nationals paid up to 100,000 shillings daily for treatment.
But it was because of some misunderstandings between me and my family about some money I am supposed to be getting from a family business on a monthly basis. So they thought maybe I was in accusations. My auntie was telling them that I'm running mad. That is where all it started from, but they had no evidence. They tried to check me out, but nothing they got until they used the police force to bring me to this place.
Say that you can make it up. For me, I was using weed, jagger. I was smoking. For the first time, I was admitted here for 4 months, and I went back home. I made 2 years and I relapsed.
I'm here from 1 year and 4 months exactly.
Head of the State House Health Monitoring Unit, Dr. Warren Namara, says the arrest followed intelligence information from security agencies. Dr. Namara further revealed that during interrogation, the suspect allegedly admitted to obtaining drugs illegally from unknown health workers at Butabika National Referral Mental Hospital. According to officials, the suspect will face prosecution while the illegal facility has been closed. Namara also criticized local authorities for what he described as negligence in allowing the facility to operate undetected.
He does not have a license. He is not a doctor. He is not registered. He is not authorized. He is basically scamming and really taking advantage of the laxity of the system to be able to practice quackery and extortionism. It's very, very unfortunate because one wonders where the system has been.
For years, local revenue has been the lifeline of Toro municipality, but a bitter standoff between lorry drivers and municipal authorities has left the council counting heavy losses after failing to collect a single shilling from a controversial parking levy throughout the financial year now ending. But as the revenue dispute rages on, allegations of political interference are deepening divisions and raising fresh questions about who really controls revenue collection in Toro.
Just like other municipalities, Tororo Municipal Council relies heavily on local revenue collections to fund service delivery. One of the measures introduced was a daily parking fee of 3,000 shillings charged on lorries operating within the town centre. However, throughout the current financial year, the municipality has failed to collect a single shilling from the levy. Lorry drivers have openly rejected the tax, urging that it is illegal and too expensive given the difficult business environment.
You can come here and you stay for 3 days without getting any work, and somebody is demanding you. You have not removed, you have not driven, you have not got any work.
If we were to pay this money, then they should first start with the special hire. Secondly, we are here under sunshine. Government decided to put a lot of money into tax park with a lot of shades.
However, municipal authorities strongly disagree, accusing the district political leaders of frustrating revenue collection efforts by encouraging drivers to defy the levy.
This is not the first time we are seeing this. We have previously seen the LC5 making directives that have affected this municipality. In 2021, after elections, he ordered all borders to stop paying taxes to this municipality. At this rate, we don't even know where he's headed next.
The dispute has reignited debate over the relationship between district and municipal authorities. Under the Local Governments Act, municipalities have powers to collect and manage their own revenue independently. But the Tororo District Chairperson, John Okea, dismisses claims of interference, insisting he has never stopped the municipality from carrying out its mandate.
If it is overcharging, it can be a discussion.
but I've not had any meeting with them, and I said they should not pay.
The standoff mirrors a similar dispute involving border riders nearly 4 years ago. Okia admits he supported the riders, citing concerns of alleged mistreatment by municipal enforcement officers.
These people who are collecting the license would chase whatever until they enter in that dweller with the passenger. Many people were dying in this town. So how would you enforce something that is causing death? And that's why the issue of border, we suspended it.
All the services we give in this municipality are consumed by these categories of these people. So it's very unfair for us to have directives from the district stopping the operations of Truro Municipal Council.
The authorities now plan to engage district leaders and security agencies in a bid to find a lasting solution and restore compliance among taxpayers.
A tiny chimpanzee on a small island in Lake Victoria is carrying a big legacy. Ngamba Island Chimpanzee Sanctuary has officially named its youngest resident, RR, in honor of the late Rajiv Rupalaria, celebrating a commitment to conservation that continues beyond his lifetime. Linda Ndumwami reports.
Hidden 23 kilometers southwest of Entebbe, Ngamba Island Chimpanzee Sanctuary is home to 55 orphaned and rescued chimpanzees, many saved from illegal wildlife trafficking, habitat loss and human-wildlife conflict. The sanctuary has provided a safe haven for chimpanzees while attracting nearly 25,000 visitors annually from across the world. Since 1998, this place stands as a testimony to the great works of conservation. To date, 55 chimpanzees call this place home. Today, the island is celebrating more than wildlife conservation. It is honoring the legacy of a young man whose passion for protecting nature continues to inspire others. A male chimpanzee born on November 29, 2025, has officially been named RR in memory of the late Rajiv Rupalaria. Speaking during the naming ceremony, businessman and philanthropist Dr. Sudhir Rupalaria described the moment as both emotional and meaningful.
Continuity and responsibility and hope that the next generation must inherit a Uganda where wildlife is protected, valued, and allowed to thrive. Rajiv understood that business must serve society. He believed that success becomes meaningful when it lifts others, creates opportunities, protects vulnerable, and leaves behind something good. That's why this moment means so much to us.
The Rupalaria Foundation also donated 50 million shillings towards the care and protection of chimpanzees at the sanctuary.
We're only not remembering Rajiv, we're also extending his spirit of care, kindness and generosity and responsibility into the future. Chimpanzees are intelligent, emotional and social beings. Like us, they need family, protection, food, medical care and safe home.
Officials say the naming is a reminder that conservation is about protecting both wildlife and future generations.
Chimpanzees in particular are one of the animals that are listed by IUCN as endangered. We therefore have to join efforts together as humans to see that they don't get to extinction.
As the sanctuary's youngest resident, Little RR now symbolizes a legacy of compassion, generosity and environmental stewardship. Currently, Uganda is home to an estimated 3,500 to 5,000 eastern chimpanzees, a species listed as endangered due to habitat loss, human encroachment and illegal poaching.
The Lions Club of Ntungamo has pledged to continue supporting the underprivileged, feeding hungry and conserving the environment as well as fighting non-communicable diseases. The pledge was made during the installation ceremony of the new club president, Ezra, in Ntungamo.
Speaking during the installation of the new club president, Lion Ezra Kwesigamukama, for the Lionistic year 2026-2027, who takes over from outgoing President Lion Joshua Namanya, it was emphasized that several activities, including eye screening, will be conducted, targeting about 1,000 people. He also noted that he will follow up on the eye care project for funding and spearhead community sensitization on the causes of diabetes and possible solutions, with an expected 2,000 people to be reached
I will also follow up the project proposal for our eye care project in the Lions Club International for funding. Environment. I will also ensure that community is sensitized and awareness provided about environmental protection and possible effects of environmental destruction.
The Lions Club has over the years been actively supporting communities in Ntungamo, addressing community challenges and supporting the underprivileged. Lion Amangian Apor, Christine Helen, urged the new members to diligently execute their duties in accordance with Lions Club's international standards and continue building the club.
It is time for you to plan and take steps to continue to build your club in every way possible. So that it may be an example to other clubs and a credit to the community.
In her remarks, Kamatiniti Jocelyn, former woman MP for Ntungamo, commended the members and reiterated the importance of poverty eradication with a focus on value addition, technology, innovation and industrialization.
We need to focus so much on value addition. We need to create technology. We need to create so much on innovation and something to do with that industrialization and cottage industries. Try your best and visit industries, visit industrial parks, and see new innovations that are taking place in the world.
Our first project, the patient waiting shed at Rural Health Center 4, was successful. We planted several trees, we fed the hungry, we visited the sick, and served all our core areas.
The new leadership team pledged to bring more people on board and grow the club within District 411B.
In our top stories tonight, Vice President assures Ugandans of increased revenues once commercial oil production starts, and skepticism as the Alliance for National Transformation takes power shift claims to IPOD. We also look at the Nigerian national that was arrested for running unlicensed mental health facilities. Now, those were our top stories for tonight. Live at 9 takes another short break.
olwaleero masaga ku ntikko fiizi ozisasudde ku momo okumala emyaka emeka
ntandise ttaamu ewedde esebo yenna mugenyi Eliana Social Parents Primary School baby class
bambi namugenyi
banji
gyebaleko
There you go, *165 *80 hash is all you need. Go Ndagiro, and you could be one of our winners this second term. And for those of you who pay school fees at those schools that don't use Momo, hey, mubatabukire mubagambe later Momo wano, because you stand a chance to win a van for the school. This is the power of Momo.
Life unfolds in chapters. Through many of these chapters, Jubilee has been present. But life does not happen in separate chapters, and protection should not be separate either. Two journeys have become one. Jubilee Life and Jubilee Health are now one. Here for every chapter, together for better. Jubilee Life Insurance Company of Uganda is regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda.
The budget has been read. The real conversation begins. This Monday on the Post-Budget Spotlight, we unpack Uganda's 2026-2027 national budget and what it means for citizens, businesses, investors, and the country's economic transformation agenda. Under the theme, From Policy to Prosperity, Understanding Uganda's 2026-2027 national budget. Join leading economists, policymakers, private sector leaders, and budget experts as they analyze the key allocations, priorities, opportunities, and implications of the budget. What does the budget mean for jobs, investments, service delivery, and Uganda's tenfold growth strategy? Which sectors stand to benefit the most, and how can Ugandans position themselves to take advantage of the opportunities ahead? Be part of this important national conversation. Live on Monday, 22nd of June from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on NBS TV. Growth, opportunity, transformation.
Sometimes escape begins above the clouds, where peace waits beneath the trees. Here nature invites you to breathe, to reconnect, to feel alive again. Where warm welcomes feel as natural as the forest around you. A sanctuary designed for comfort. And moments made to flow effortlessly. Forest Resort Louisa, where nature welcomes you home.
From 11 June to 19 July, everything can wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch all 104 matches on 4 dedicated channels, live on SuperSport, only on DSTV.
Oi! There's only one Vinny J.
Football is better with Pepsi. Pepsi, thirsty for more.
Better study tips. Protect your digital money from phishing scams. Be cautious of suspicious emails or texts asking you to click on links. Instead, visit the official website directly to ensure you're accessing a secure platform. In partnership with Uganda Communications Commission and NBS.
Looking for a vacation of a lifetime? Cross the equator and discover Pineapple Bay Resort. Enjoy exceptional life's luxuries. Spend quality time with family, friends, or even that special someone. Get in touch with nature with our range of outdoor activities. The calming tranquility of water, breathtaking views, moving memories around campfires. It's all here. Plus, a club experience like no other at Pineapple Bay Clubhouse. It's a whole vibe. You can hire any of our 3 VIP cruise boats for groups of 10, 14, or 25 people. Or you can cruise out with swag on a luxury yacht for 12 people. Our premium boats are all safety compliant. Make your next vacay an all-round experience at Pineapple Bay, located on Bulago Island, right in the midst of Lake Victoria. Talk to us today.
Business Pulse, brought to you by
In business tonight, leaders in Bunyangabo district have decried the lack of financial institutions in their area, which they say has not only curtailed business growth but worsened access to finances. To access financial services, locals have to trek to either Kasese or Port Portal to access banking services. This has given money lenders in the area a chance to exploit locals as they seek finances to support their businesses.
Carved out of Kabarole district in 2017, Bunyangabo district is yet to attract financial institutions despite their growing economy, aided by agricultural products and tourism. While the district has seen major business growth in towns of Kibito and Remi, access to financial services remains one of their main problems.
We have many money lenders that have even reached the extent of fighting commercial banks. We have been trying to secure Centenary Bank to come around. But a money lender fought it by using the community.
Lack of financial institutions in the area has seen many money lenders exploit the locals with huge interest rates.
They give you like 1 million and they want you to pay 20% in 1 month. That's 200,000 shillings for borrowing 1 million shillings.
But in a bid to provide quick access to cheap credit, Chamuhunga People's Circle has opened up a branch in the Remi Town Council to help residents in Bunyangabo access money to boost their businesses.
We have a special product which we call the Super Ready or Superwoman. This is a special product designed to cater for the women, where we give them the loans at low interest. And I believe that as we offer a number of savings and loans products, we will see people graduate economically, and we see a number of women groups being financially empowered, and generally we will see the Bunyangabo district growing in all corners of development.
Despite being an agriculture and tourism district, 60% of the residents remain under the poverty line, much as the government also extended financial inclusion programs like the parish development model. Leaders say locals are yet to benefit from them due to poor mindset.
Here, to be able to eat chicken or meat, it means there is either someone is very close to death, that is, or you are saving the chicken from dying, or there is a visitor. So that shows you the level of understanding of people.
The circle is also destined to start offering irrigation loans to help farmers boost their agricultural produce even during the dry spells.
Because many people deal in maize farming, rice, I've seen others in coffee, matoke. And as we talk, like currently, they are facing challenges of drought. So as CHAPS, we offer loans that can enable them secure irrigation equipment, which can help them in such dry spells.
The fourth president of the Rotary Club of Kabale, Dr. Pade Mwesgwa, has committed to concrete initiatives that will improve child welfare and expand maternal health services in communities. He stressed that his administration will act first to invest in children's well-being and guarantee mothers access to quality health care. Rotarian Dr. Pade Mwesgwa was officially installed as the fourth president of the Rotary Club of Kabale City on Saturday, June 20th, 2026, taking over from Rotarian Dr. Robert Mugara. The colorful ceremony at a White Horse Inn in Kabale drew dignitaries, including Emeritus Bishop of Chigezi Diocese, George Bagamuhunda, among others.
In this Rotary year, I will make sure that I focus on 3 things. 1, they told you I'm in charge of maternal and child health. And my first priority is maternal and child health. I will make sure that I continue saving the mothers. They told you I'm a safe mother champion.
Mothers' death is still a challenge. And you have said that you are also going to save children the recent reports say that in Kigesi, every 10 children, you find 4 children who are stunted. By the way, we are next to Karamoja. Our children become stunted under 5 years, those who are under 5 years.
In sports, Kataka Football Club has promised to become a competitive force in Ugandan football after securing a promotion to the Ugandan Premier League for the 2026-2027 season.
Kataka FC's promotion to the Uganda Premier League early this month ended a 15-year wait for top flight football. From history, the Mbale-based side started their football journey in 1999 with a group of 40 village boys playing football for leisure at the current Mbale Secondary School grounds. Owned by Mafuko, Latif, a native of Mbale, raised the football team from humble beginnings playing football on dusty community grounds to the Uganda Premier League.
Wegenda erabayo era wetuli wano tuli ku license ngaki team eri mu percentage jekozeko kubanga already Kataka yakyetegekera.
Speaking to NBS Sport, Kataka FC Chief Executive Officer Nandala Nasur expressed confidence in the club's future, assuring football fans across the Bugisu region that the team is ready to compete at the highest level and challenge for trophies despite the demanding nature of the Uganda Premier League.
We have experience. We are determined so that whenever we go, we are not only going to be participants, but we are going to be competitors.
Nasur also dismissed claims portraying Kataka as a violent club.
Let them put away the negativity. Kataka has come to stay. We have earned promotion. Now we are going to own freeland title in the UPL.
Coach Toldo Awachango and Captain Solomon Okello are positive and they promise to put up a good performance and maintain their team in the league.
But for me, I've been with my team for quite a good time. So they know me, I know them. So it will no need of adding so many players.
It's not the first time I was playing the Super League players, Super League teams. We played Uganda Cup last season. We performed quite better. We went up to the semi-finals, played those of KCCs, we played the Police, we played URA, but we performed better. We knocked them off. So we are still in the system and we are not scared at all.
The fans are already looking forward to Premier League ambience.
Seeing Kataka join UPL or Uganda Premier League, to me, I think it is a very good achievement for them, and I believe it is a very big connection for our boys to join. They have been struggling, and they have been building the capacity for the players.
Kataka is going to be there long time, because everything we have and experience we have.
Bugisu region leaders joined fans and well-wishers in celebrating Kataka's achievement, pledging to support the team.
Since it's a team that is based in my constituency in Mbale, I pledge and promise to support the team. Throughout the season, I will be going out there to watch many of their games. I will move with the team.
And we are going to support them. We are going to find some logistics. We support them because some of these boys are coming from low-end families. They need our support as leaders.
Kataka is set to host its games from Mbale Municipal Stadium, subject to a successful FOFA club licensing process.
The Uganda Premier League ticket belongs to the Lufu.
Thank you very much for joining us for Live at 9 tonight. From me and the team, it's good night. Enjoy the rest of your week.
NBS. Always.
A
icon from Ghana. Bothered about village toilets? Really?
Wiyala means Vidua in the Sisa language, and she sure lives up to her name, known as a champion of girls' and women's rights. Now she's taken on another battle.
She has a voice and a message, and charisma to boot. Wiyala, known as the Lioness of Africa. The singer-songwriter from Ghana is well known on the international stage, performing in Europe, Canada, Australia, and beyond. But we join Wiyala as she heads back to her hometown of Funsi in northern Ghana. Right into the field that lies scattered about here. And the trash. Oh, and then there's illegal deforestation and climate change. Wiyala is back to raise awareness and get things moving.
I thought I cannot sit down and watch. If others are not going to do something about it, I'll do something about it. And I'll use my popularity to do that, to encourage people to come out.
Hi everyone, yes. Funsi is the capital of Wa East District in northern Ghana. It's home to about 50,000 people who live from farming, selling wood, or doing odd jobs. Only 11% of the homes here have a toilet, and there are no public toilets at all, so it is normal for people to head out into the nature instead. Some even feel that is more hygienic. The toilets are not clean. Sometimes there are even maggots in them. It makes me feel like vomiting. So I would rather go out into the bush. But answering nature's call in nature has led to sickness.
So you can imagine the fly going round. How can I identify the fly that went and sat on a shed? It might get over to my house, sneak into my kitchen and still sit on my food.
Funsi's health center offers hard facts to back up her case. Joseph Akambo is treating his third typhoid patient today. 7 out of 10 typhoid cases here are caused by illness linked to poor hygiene.
Each year, there's an increase in the numbers, and it even overwhelms the stars. This one is due to the defecation around, they throw filth just everywhere.
Disease, sickness, that leads to death. And who are the ones suffering? Mostly the young ones. Because if we, the adults, do nothing about it and we keep poisoning the environment, the little children don't know.
On stage, Wiyala radiates the energy of a woman who can't usher in change fast enough. Let's pick up the pace. Wiyala's next challenge, waste. Here is the problem and solution, Wiyala style. Many residents in Funsi simply dump their trash in the countryside despite the possibility of fines or even jail term. Containers for trash provided by the authorities aren't being used enough. People say they are too far away.
You won't believe that even along the road, you find people dumping. And the time they dump, you will not see them to talk to them.
While others dump their trash secretly, Wiyala is cleaning up. On Facebook, she has a clear message for those who are all talk and no action.
Please, if you want to talk about the rubbish, pick up your broom and talk to the rubbish and clean it, okay?
These residents have heeded her call. They are cleaning up one of the most littered parts of the town.
Some of the community members in Funsi right here, they came out to help so that we can clean. But we are going to make it a constant cleanup every weekend or every end of the month.
Clogged drainage channels are also being cleared out.
We have taken it up that we help to
clean the whole environment and the entire community as well.
The local town elders have long sat on their sidelines waiting for someone else to initiate change.
Government officials cannot come together to develop all of it. But if we have a person like this, she has a lot of friends who also like her. We know our development can come through her.
And without Wiyala, this project would never come about either. It's a solar-powered drip irrigation system. After performing a concert at the German embassy, she persuaded the ambassador to secure the funding. But today, the spotlight is not on the big star, but on local women. Using land provided by the town, they plan to grow vegetables for the dry season, okra, tomatoes, and eggplants. Until now, many of them produce charcoal illegally just to make ends meet, but that helps drive climate change in the region. The new field is an opportunity. Now we will get decent businesses. I used to sell wood, which wasn't something I liked doing. Now I plan to start a porridge business. I hope the garden can help me to raise the money. Progress is also being made on the toilet front. Well, maybe. We'll visit a new building that is still under construction.
Well, it's like a bathroom, but they must fix a toilet. Yes, it's big enough.
The owner assures her that is part of the plan. Since the information came that we need to put toilets in our homes, we have to embrace it. And we see that is important too. It means if you need to go to the toilet at night, it will no longer be scary. There's also more privacy, especially for us women. In the evening, Wiyala's mission continues. She wants to reach everyone. With her local theater group, she's staging a play about litter and open defecation. One of the characters gets stomach problems after eating contaminated porridge. For the audience, it's a real eye-opener. In this community, it is common to see people selling food right next to fields. This drama shows us the consequences of that behavior. The
drama is speaking directly to the people with their own language that we understand, exhibiting the same habit, because we live here, we know how we are, we know how we think, mentality, indiscipline, so we are playing back our own characters and attitude. That way the message goes quicker, and then we will all change.
From the world stage back to her town of birth, Wiyala's message is clear. Real change begins at home. Sometimes just one voice can awaken an entire community.
It is truly inspiring to discover that change can actually begin from an individual like Wiyala Imfunsi. Following her around, I got to realize that she has become a signature in her community. People are obeying to her instructions, they are listening to her words, and her advocacy that she uses many diverse platforms to engage through music, through radio, and through word and conversations. The people here are actually now changing positively. People are accepting that the responsibility of sanitation rests on their shoulders. They are cleaning their homes, they are installing toilets in their homes, and they are beginning to do this regularly than before. The change in Funsi may appear incremental, but this works for communities like that compared to sudden transformation, which mostly does not withstand the test of time.
The show is about to begin. A well-known artist and a poetry slammer have chosen an old minibus at an auto repair shop as their impromptu stage in Mali's capital, Bamako. The unsuspecting audience, a few guys sat around. Drisek Konate first takes his time to assemble his tools for his next masterpiece. I've had a passion for drawing and painting ever since I was a child. When I was little, I dreamed of seeing myself in lots of bright, bold colours. Now he's in his mid-40s, and Mali itself has changed. Forests have been cut down, temperatures are rising, the environment increasingly polluted, partly through emissions from traffic. The so-called Sotrama buses, with their advertisements, are one of Bamako's defining features. Konate is famous for his colourful murals. Here, the left side of the tree shows what we're doing wrong. Deforestation with axes and chainsaws. On the right, what trees do for us. They absorb CO2 from car and factory emissions, purifying the air. These images have helped me understand a lot about climate change, and we are the generation that really has to deal with this. I invite you to face up to climate change. Next up, the Poetry Slammer.
De jour comme de nuit, la nature pleure les mauvaises habitudes des hommes, insensibles à sa protection contre les fléaux dévastateurs. Mais rien n'est perdu. L'espoir demeure pour un environnement assaini. Nous sommes les êtres qui peuplent cet environnement et à l'instar de notre propre concession, nous devons veiller à sa propriété.
If we all use public transport, it will improve things. Everyone should leave their motorcycle or car at home and choose public transport instead. That's my main goal with this work. And it's definitely catching the attention of the younger generation. Then the minibus heads back into the city traffic with its powerful appeal to protect the environment.
How much does it cost in your city to breathe fresh air? Now, it sounds crazy, but in here in Lagos, you have to pay.
What do you mean I have to pay 1,000 naira just to sit in a park in Lagos? But I notice everyone else pays and goes about it like it's normal. Honestly, I get it. Without money, these parks won't be safe and spotless for you. And sure, 1,000 naira doesn't sound like much, but think about it. 1,000 naira twice a week is 8,000 naira a month. That's 10% of the minimum wage just to breathe fresh air. I wouldn't mind if there were free options, but there aren't. If you want to enjoy a park in Lagos, paying is the only way. Even if you can afford it, you only get to use them if you live close to where they are located. Because these parks are concentrated in certain areas. The crowded areas that need them the most often have nothing. So tell me, how can we make these spaces available to everyone, regardless of what you earn, or whether you live on the mainland or on the island? Toodles.
The smell hits you almost instantly. Soothing, refreshing, almost medical. And it comes from these trees. Now, they've been planted widely across Africa. They're called eucalyptus. It was introduced in the 19th century for many reasons. This little beauty is a money spinner. Grown for its timber, construction, paper, firewood, or for its flowers that attract bees. So farmers can earn extra income, for example, in Kenya, Ethiopia, or South Africa. But there's a flip side. Eucalyptus is a water guzzler. Experts have always warned against it. But why? The Spanish region of Galicia might have some answers.
Eucalyptus is one of the world's fastest growing trees. It's predictable, dependable, and most importantly, highly profitable.
The management is simple. So you plant it, and then you have little work to do, just mainly clearing the undergrowth, and then waiting 12, 15, 20 years, and then you harvest it, and you begin again the cycle.
Juan Ramon Gallastegui Otero is Vice President of the Galician Forest Association, which represents tens of thousands of forest owners. Since the 1970s, many Galicians flocked to plant eucalyptus with the promise of future riches. In 2024, it generated 167 million euros in the region. That drive for profit has been repeated worldwide. The tree is used to produce stuff like paper, clothes, and furniture. But there's a huge cost to it as well. Eucalyptus helps fires burn faster, hotter, and further than ever before.
So eucalypts and eucalypt forests are clearly one of the more flammable forests
that we have in the world.
Tim Curran studies eucalyptus and plant flammability in New Zealand.
Many of the traits that they have lead to promoting a fire.
The eucalyptus oils are highly flammable. The eucalyptus bark is also pretty distinctive. It's very thick, it's very fibrous, and when this sets fire, it goes off.
Eucalypts produce burning embers, and they're quite famous for doing that. It's usually from their bark, and these burning embers can get carried many kilometres ahead of the fire front on the wind, and that starts new fires, for instance, on buildings.
The next issue, it grows back super quickly after fires.
Eucalypts have expanded beyond the original plantation borders.
Joaquim Sanda Silva has studied the invasive qualities of eucalyptus in Portugal, particularly how they act after a fire.
It can grow 3 times faster than the native plants, so it easily takes over the whole ecosystem.
That can create a vicious cycle. Because eucalyptus burns so easily, fires can spread more quickly, creating large empty spaces in the forest. The perfect environment for more eucalyptus to grow over native species such as oak and chestnut. In Galicia, that cycle is becoming more and more apparent. The tree now covers almost 30% of all forest here, and from a bird's eye view, that reality becomes clear. The question now is, how do you even begin to fix this? Forest management is the buzzword in Galicia. Joan Evans-Pym leads a group of volunteers which is removing eucalyptus in a bid to promote a more diverse, safer landscape.
So this is an area that was affected by a very large fire in 2006. All the woodlands around the village burnt down. It was mostly pine at the time. And after that, it became invaded with eucalyptus. In 2016, there was another one. And that was a tipping point in this community. We decided we had to do something.
The de-eucalyptus brigades have since grown from 50 to 1,500 volunteers who operate all over Galicia.
Today we have people from 8 to 80, really. And it's important to also create spaces where people come, and regardless of their skills, their physical shape, their age, they can come and do something. There's people doing all sorts of jobs here today. All are important. And it's a way of everybody feeling and understanding and seeing they can do their bit.
Eucalyptus in Galicia is a convoluted tale of industry power, politics and ineffective policy. In 1992, the Galician regional government released a forestry plan, which projected eucalyptus would reach 250,000 hectares by 2030. That number has been far exceeded.
It's now around 500,000 hectares, which is a massive amount of land. And of course, this is happening both because of plantations, many of these plantations being illegal, but also because of land abandonment, because of forest fires, because of the invasive nature of the species. So it's a mix of all these that has led to this result.
The government took 30 years to revise its forestry plan. In 2021, it introduced a moratorium which prohibits new eucalyptus plantations, but illegal plots have still popped up and eucalyptus numbers have increased again.
I mean, Portugal lived the experience a few years ago. 200 people died, burnt in their cars. We would really hope we don't have to get there for real change in terms of applying existing laws, improving other laws, to be really taken seriously.
The Galician government also does not recognise eucalyptus as invasive, despite recommendations from a scientific committee set up by the national government.
Rather than banning things, we should first have a forest management plan. We believe forests should have the species diversity they're meant to have, because everything adds value.
After decades of expansion, poor enforcement and growing fire risk, everyone is playing catch-up to try and rectify the problem. In Galicia, community groups are trying to get on the front foot.
We've been eliminating eucalyptus from this whole area and allowing native trees to take that space. So it kind of creates a green firebreak in the northeastern side of our community, which is the most exposed. to fire, and eventually we're aiming to have a land which manages itself.
It's a simple idea: restore balance to the landscape. But until that happens, Galicia stands as a warning to the rest of the world about what can go wrong when planting a foreign species. From talking to people on the ground, you do get a sense that opinions are starting to change.
I think with older generations there was this kind of sense that eucalyptus equates progress, and that is no longer the case with younger people. They don't see it, they see it more as a problem, and they're willing to make the change.
It may be too late to eradicate eucalyptus completely, but the key now is keeping it in check.
Okay, so today we've had environmental action on stage and on minibuses. But the message can also be spread from a pulpit.
When you see the discarded bottles, stop and pick them up and put them in one of the many trash containers you see everywhere, and then you will be blessed by God. This message goes down well here. Pastor Ferdinand Masabarikiza stresses to his congregation that loving God's creation also involves protecting them. Here at the Rehoboth Holy Church in Burundi, environmental protection is a pivotal and passionate issue. The teachings we're hearing in the church right now have made us realize that protecting the environment is our duty for every one of us. Protecting the planet means that we're also taking care of our own health. Here in Burundi, poor waste management has been posing a growing threat to the environment and to the population in the shape of social and health-related problems. Luisa Irankunda used to collect charcoal to sell for a modest amount of money. With the help of a church-affiliated NGO, she switched to a far lighter recyclable material, plastic bottles. A local company buys them and pays collectors in cash. The materials are then resold to recycling facilities in Burundi. I thank God that I'm able to feed my children. Before, I only came here to collect charcoal and didn't know about the bottles. Now I earn money collecting bottles. I can carry around 20 kilos of them. Many people collect up to 50 kilos of refuse a day, which earns them a sizable amount of money. With no functioning waste collection system, most trash ends up in canals and rivers, and eventually in Lake Tanganyika, the source of 90% of Bujumbura's drinking water. Currently, the only effective way to dispose of the bottles and other plastic items is to collect the waste and feed it back into the local economy. Which is why the congregation of the Rehoboth Holy Church have organized a beach cleanup today. The pastor explained what we can do to protect the environment, the rivers and the lake, which you can see behind me. We're now doing what we can to remove everything that's polluting the lake. The volunteers for the cleanup are joined by Silas Bukumi, director of Nezerua Investment Group. He explains how microplastics in the lake enter local people's bodies via the fish caught here. And that's another reason why fisher Samuel Manirakiza is glad to be taking part. It's been great to join the other people here and be involved in the cleanup. I've been working here for years and feel the initiative was really necessary. We're given instructions on how to dispose of the bottles we collect, and we earn money. That's down to circular economy initiatives such as the Nezerua Investment Group. From plastics to paper and cardboard, the company ensures that waste generated in Bujumbura is turned back into valuable raw materials. We're working together with churches, cooperatives and local associations because it enables us to reach a significant share of the population. And Christians take action when their priest tells them to. Back at the Rehoboth Holy Church, Pastor Ferdinand Faith without action is meaningless. No one should claim to pray if they don't actually do anything. The word of the Lord clearly teaches us that faith without works is dead. The church in the Burundian capital sees recycling as a mission, a message that has been embraced by its congregation while also inspiring believers to create new opportunities in the community.
Do you have more ideas on how to spread the word about protecting our environment? You could start by sharing our Echo Drop newsletter. Take a look.
Or write to us with your ideas. See you next time.
From 11 June to 19 July, everything can wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch all 104 matches on 4 dedicated channels, live on SuperSport, only on DSTV.
Why pay for someone else's repairs? Say goodbye to hidden costs and hello to peace of mind of a brand new start. Discover the Suzuki range of unmatched, fuel-efficient and reliable options. From the iconic Jimny to the new Across Hybrid. Find the perfect blend of style and world-class efficiency. Upgrade today and enjoy 1 year of free fuel and comprehensive insurance, plus 2 years of free service and a 3-year warranty. Trade in your current car or choose financing to start driving as you pay installments. Don't wait. Visit the Suzuki showroom today or call 0800-211-033 to get started.
Your faith should never be out of reach. No power? Do not stress. Move to your smartphone and stay right in the moment with AfroMobile. And for the Muslim community, every teaching you need is ready to listen to anytime, anywhere. Wherever you are, whatever the time, AfroMobile keeps you connected to your faith.
What makes us who we are is that we are freed. But when we are freed for service.
Don't let your mornings be boring. Switch it up and start your day with a bang.
Kambuze, what tambula, because given the pressures that come along with this, honorable, oberayo nakadde n'omulako kono gambo bakampulize ku music maybe nga tugenda kamuli ntekemu music mpulirize
ato mujawa otambula bagamba generator weddemu amafuta.
Catch the morning switch Monday to Friday 6 to 10 a.m. only on 106.1 Next Radio.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.